Hey everybody, it's Jay Lee, and as a follow-up to the pattern haul that I did a couple of weeks ago, I have a thrift haul to collect some of the materials that I'm going to be using for the upcoming projects. So I'm super excited to show you what I got. It's going to include some things that were thrifted and gifted, as well as things that I found in multiple different shopping trips, because as you know, you don't always find the treasures on the first go, right? You got to keep going and just see what you get. So I have a project that's slated for a little bit later this year, but I happen to be in the right place at the right time, and I found the materials that I needed for it. I have been obsessed with this image. Since I was aware of its existence, it was a bewilderment to me. I couldn't imagine why anyone would need to do this with their toilet paper. But then again, it just seems like beautiful insanity, and I have to do it. So I'm going to become a human version of a crocheted toilet paper cover from back in the 60s, 70s. So what do I need to do this? I crochet a little bit, not a lot. So I'm going to need some help. So I have these perfect pastels. I think this one is going to be ruffled and turned into the shoulder piece, because they always kind of have that little frilly shoulder part that goes. I'm thinking that this smaller yellow blanket is going to be part of the bodice. And then this one is more square, and I think it's going to be the largest part of the skirt. And I think these are going to have underskirts and ruffles that are going to be a part of it. So we're going to see how this goes. I've never done anything like this before, but I've got some ideas for how to bind it to keep it from fraying, and also I can use, cross stitches to join it. And I don't know about any of you guys, but part of the reason I wanted to do this project with this particular color palette is that I have an unfinished object of my own. I have a crocheted blanket that is unfinished. And even the part that's finished isn't good. I am not a artist when it comes to crochet. I learned to do it because I wanted to. But I think that this is going to have some special place. We'll see how it goes. So, human crocheted toilet paper cover. That is the first project that I thrifted some materials for. In a segment I like to call failed workout equipment. For the base of the skirt, because, obviously it needs to look like it's covering a roll of toilet paper, I'm going to be using this old exercise hoop. Did I believe I was going to be a hula hooper? Yes. Am I going to hula hoop? No. Doesn't work for me. So this failed piece of workout equipment is going to be the base of my toilet paper cover. As for something that was gifted, not thrifted, I had a friend of a friend who was getting rid of a square dancing crinoline. And so I have a feeling this is going to feature prominently to give some volume to that wonderful skirt. So that's all of the materials that I found for the toilet paper cover crochet project. In April, my bestie and I have been going to a German festival in our city for several years, and this year we're going to be going with her kiddos, and I wanted to make them a special German dirndl. That's part of their heritage, which is the little girl's dress. So I found this existing dress that I'm going to be taking the tiers apart to form. I think I'll be able to get skirts for both girls out of the two longer tiers, because there's an older and a younger. And I think I'll be able to use the remaining for parts of the bodice. But I also have in combination a coordinating blue, and I was able to thrift some white as well. And I already had this from a previous thrifted stash. I'm gonna bring it a little closer so you can actually see it. But this is what the ribbon's gonna look like. So I think that these are gonna be absolutely beautiful together. And I'm gonna try to put a picture right here. Of that, the dirndl, an example of that German traditional costume. So I think this is gonna be great, and I can't wait to get to work on that for her and her girls. Also, since this is the year of Barbie, especially with the new movie being released, I was lucky enough to thrift miles of this like light pinky, purpley organza. I'm not sure if the color is showing correctly on this screen, but it's like a pinky purple organza. And I looked up some of the brunette Barbies, the Barbies that were released as with the brunette being their initial color. And I found Sweet Valentine Barbies. So if I'm ambitious in the month of February, I'm really gonna try to knock out a Sweet Valentine Barbie. I'm gonna put her picture here. And I was able, in addition to that, to find some light colored satins. And I went ahead and bought some RIT fabric dye. And so we're going to be dyeing this kind of mishmash of light colored satins to be that pink that I'll need. When you thrift, you're not always going to get, the exact color that you want. But if you have light colors, don't forget that you can modify it pretty easily. And as we get closer to this project, I'll try to take you through the dyeing process and show you how easy it is to transform things that you find into something that's more like what you want. And also, I was able to find a little bit of the reddish burgundy color that I need for the roses on that. So honestly, this costume should be almost 100% thrifted, which I love because it's sustainable and it's also less expensive by far than purchasing materials from a store. So when I can do that, I love to do that. So that's it, y'all. That's my haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you to go out and find your local thrift store or charity shop. Hopefully one that's independently owned and supports a cause that you really believe in. They're great sources of inspiration. They help you to think outside of the box and in a different way than you would if you just went to a regular store and purchased the fabric to your exact specifications. Anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome and creative day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.